Welcome to the very first episode of Tea and Couch with Alisa, where we spill all the tea about sexuality. I'm your host, Alisa Mukai, and today on the couch, we have Stacy. Stacy,
Hi,
welcome.
thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me today for the very first episode. First, please tell us who you are and what we're going to talk about. What tea are we spilling?
I'm a sexual and dating coach, and today we're going to talk about first time.
Yes, so we are going to talk about first time for the first episode. So, first time, it is a little bit awkward talk, so let's start from something generic. Can you please explain us how does the first time impact people's lives?
A lot. And everything could be put in this phrase simply a lot. From my personal practice, from talking to people, from social media, from everything, we know that first time is a giant topic. We're afraid of having sex for the first time. We are anxious about it. We are self insecure about outcomes. So when our first time is not happening as greatly as we imagine, as it's written in the books, in the journals, in the magazines, in the media, we feel let down,
Mm,
literally. We are so insecure and lost in what we have to expect because we are told that it should be great with, I don't know, butterflies, hearts, unicorns, stars.
yeah,
When
it's
it's not
supposed to be something
magical,
magical.
magical. You look in his eye or her eyes, everything stops for a moment,
Mm,
and then you're having this magic explosion that's supposed to happen, and it's not happening because first time is awful or awkward for 95% of people. And it doesn't matter if it's like actually your first time or it's your first time with a new partner, it's gonna be awkward and it has to be awkward because you don't know how the person reacts.
mm,
But a very first time is such a serious thing, especially for women, that our expectation versus reality is not happening.
yeah.
This is the biggest loss when we imagine something, when we read it. I know we like been reading it in the books or
Mm,
in Cosmopolitan magazine or something like that, or in the blogs. But when it comes to the action, it's not like that. And here comes the ground for the further trauma response. How we're gonna be invested into development our sexuality if we want to continue exploring or if we feel mm, self-conscious enough to actually express our feelings with the partner being
mm,
naked in such a the most intimate thing that could happen between two people. And lots of people have deep traumas after their first time, especially if it went wrong
mm,
and they've been hurt or it was with the wrong person or you've been told that it should be with your one and only
mm.
and it didn't happen this way. So it says really like lots of thinking and overthinking that I gave something precious
Yeah,
to a person who was not worthy.
yeah. I
'Cause
definitely resonate with that. And especially this about first time with someone new. For me personally, it's always like it's the most exciting as we get naked and afterwards it's like downhill.
because you actually should do the job,
Yeah.
and it's not that easy as it seems. When two people are being intimate, that's the closest physical, mental, and chemical connection that two people could be, and we don't talk about it enough.
Mm,
We don't value it too much. I'm definitely stating on the topic that you could do whatever you want with whom you want, with how many people you want, one partner, several partners, whatever, if everybody is of legal age and having consent. But sometimes we really having sex with wrong people because we were told that it should happen, or maybe having our first time when we are not prepared
mm,
because we're being pushed by the partner. China situation, a girl is being in love with her
mm.
boyfriend and he's pressing on her that we need to have sex, we need to have sex. She is
Yeah.
not ready mentally. and he present it, and it happens at the wrong place, at the wrong time, at some party, being drunk or not, being stressed. So it sets a trauma response, and all her further sexual contacts will be partly ruined with those images that she's having from her first time.
Mm.
Even if she will have it with another man, it still will come back, and that will lead with lack of sexual desire, with a
Mm.
lack of orgasm, because she simply won't be able to focus and let go the process. She will be stressed. Her body would feel that it's kind of being assaulted again.
Mm.
So no, nothing in this situation will tell that it's normal
Yeah.
and it's willing. So that says a lot. Or for example, the first time the guy having with the girl, and she might tell something about his size or his
Mm-hmm.
skills or anything related that will set insecurities that will follow him in adulthood.
Yeah, man likes to say like I can do this and that and like I can make you come. And
Mm, yeah.
yeah, not many of them come through, unfortunately.
Yeah. We would live in another world if it would be
Yeah.
like that. Mm.
But you did mention that your first time was a pretty good one.
And mine was perfect, as it's supposed to be, and I wish everyone to have this.
Okay, would you share the story here?
Yeah, I'm gonna be embarrassed. I'm not ashamed of my first time or like even talking about it. I'm actually super proud and thankful to the partner I had. As a sexual coach, I clearly identified two scenarios for the perfect first time.
Mhm.
First, you are not attached emotionally to a person. You're just ready mentally, physically, but you're not attached more than just basic chemistry. That's the perfect outcome. Second is that you're really in a good, committed relationship. You trust this person and you want to make it romantic, magical,
Mm.
and it happens slowly and steady the way you would prefer. This is the second thing. Something from the fairy tales. I'm really envious for the ones who had it that way,
Mm.
but I had it first. And for me, it resulted perfectly. I say that lots of girls have their first time when they're 16, 17, 15, 18, while they're teenage years. I happened to have my first time kind of late because I simply was not interested with men. So a hyperfixation on the boys band saved me from the questionable choices.
Mm.
I was too focused on Harry Styles instead of thinking about real guys around me. So that really postponed.
So Harry Styles was protecting you from all that.
One Direction
Yeah.
hyperfixation really protected me because nobody could compare with them.
Yeah. How
And
old were you at your first time?
19.
That's not late. I had my first time when I was 22.
Kind of considered
I
late.
yeah, socially, yeah.
And socially, because people around you having it, your friends having your first
Mm.
time, and you're not. I think it was like even close to 20 or something, because I started active dating at 20 plus.
Mm.
Before again, I'm sorry, but One Direction took all my time. So no place, no place. I had to check Twitter and social media.
Mm.
When One Direction went on Hit House, I was finally free.
Mm-hmm.
Jokes aside, I simply didn't care. I was too busy with other things happening, maybe healing from my first love stories, no dating. And I never wanted actually to have it for a
Mm.
while. It wasn't like a thing for me that I need again to drop something and let it go.
Mm.
I think I was pretty educated on the topic and was confident with my body, with the masturbation topic, with knowing how I want, what I want. So just to have it with a random person, just because it's time taking, something from the you know Eastern European style of
Yeah.
acting, so not. And when I finally happened, I had perfect chemistry with this person. I literally don't remember his name. Not that I would recognize him if I would see him again.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think maybe my mind blocked it, or I simply again I didn't care. The
Mm.
chemistry clicked it. I knew how I wanted. I knew that I'm ready, and I kind of chose him like something of the female power that
Mm,
I'm the one who makes decision. He did not drag me in the situation, or he did not
nice.
press on me. Probably even I was the one who was more initiative and showed the green light for him
Mm,
that actually we could go further. And all the contacts with guys I had before, I was just saying, hey, we're gonna stop here. Something like kisses, petting, or something like that is fine, but I don't want to go further.
mm,
And it was also something new because my friends faced with situations when they couldn't say no and it wasn't taken. So I felt like, okay, I could say yes and I could say no. It was really helpful at the time. And uh, we met pretty randomly. I
mm,
think he messaged me on Instagram something. I was showing him city, or we just haven't. We had several dates while he'd been here in town.
mm.
It was been like a month or two situationship. But the term situationship did not exist at that time,
Yeah.
so we were just like hanging out, nothing too serious. And just one day it perfectly clicked.
Mm,
Had a romantic walk, been in the bar, like walking white nights, just perfect. Where we got, it was also in my place, so I was the one in control. I was perfect. That I wasn't anxious where I am. Are you dragging me to some building
yeah, it was
part of
your
the
room, so
city?
it was a familiar.
So I knew that I
Yeah,
could kick him out
nice.
if it's gonna go badly.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the sense of control that's lots of women are lacking during not even first time, during general sexual connection, and it just happened naturally. Just the prelude. It's been literally by the book. Okay, we're gonna do this, how that is done, how this is done. Oh wow,
Like tick, tick,
yeah,
tick.
tick, tick, tick. Like I was curious, and
Mm,
that's perfect. I didn't want to satisfy him. I
mm,
didn't want to like belong to him. That he's taken something from me. I was a curious investigator how this happens. Plus, I think I can imagine he was from Brazil, so
oh, nice.
that said a really
Mm,
good
mm,
thing. So I always like Latino men, and
yeah,
I know for a fact why I like this.
yeah.
So I had a partner who was confident about his body. He knew what he was doing. I didn't tell him that it was my first time because
Okay.
nobody could actually tell that a
Mm.
woman is a virgin.
Were you already studying sexology back then?
No, but I think I was reading something, I was investigating, just,
Mm-hmm.
I was always curious about that
Yeah.
topic, but when it finally clicked that I want to know how my body reacts,
Mm,
I had sex toys at that time. I knew how masturbation works. I
mm,
knew how to please myself because that's the prime. I think I was waiting for the Prince Charming
mm,
on a unicorn coming into my life and giving me an orgasm. I was pretty educated in the
yeah.
basics that it's okay, that it's gonna be messy, or I knew there shouldn't be any blood or something normally, but still it might happen. So I think I was also, my body is pretty sexually arousing
Mm-hmm.
in the way that I know what turns me on and how responsive it could be. I wasn't worried about that. I was just
Mm,
curious how the actual thing is happening. And in the end, I was like, oh, so that's it. Just this reaction.
mm,
Nothing felt like I unlocked a new level of something. I was just I get new experience,
yeah.
and that's great. Um, Again, literally how it should be, like done, tick tick tick. And I think we like maybe spend some time after.
Mm.
That's it. Basically, basic chemistry that direct two people together, and that's it.
Okay,
Super
nice.
grateful to him though,
Mm,
like the way his behavior was with me, and also like my input was the same. It
mm-hmm.
was again like one on one, like playing tennis. You do this for me, I'm doing this for you. No pressure, nothing like that. And yeah, perfect. Don't remember like way much of the details because I haven't thought about it before you
Yeah.
ask me. It just always felt like natural. That's how it's supposed to be.
But you never like wanted to go back for more to him?
No, there was like no reason for that.
Okay.
Like, I mean, first of all, we were not in like relationship, we just hanging out.
Mm.
Second, again, no emotional attachment.
Mm.
No emotional attachment is perfect when you're fully aware why you're doing what you're doing. I was
Yeah.
chemically attached to him, like the way he looks, the way he smells, the like body reaction
Mm.
that actually turn on the sexual arousal mechanism.
Mm.
But other than that, I'm like, that's just a nice adventure, and that's how sex overall party should be treated. That's an
Yeah.
adventure. That's a game that we're playing, but not with like someone's feelings. You know, like when we're kids, we're making sandcastles, and then we grow up when we stop playing. So sex gives us this opportunity.
Mm.
No, I'm not talking about like role playing, a hot doctor and a nurse, or let me arrest you for
Mm.
overspeeding or something like that. No, it's actually being free during the process and knowing that you trust the person, that
Mm.
your body is not alarmed. My body was perfectly still.
Mm. Nice.
And for a while, I didn't know that sex could be actually bad. And when somebody complained, I was like, why? That's easy.
Mm.
So but I kind of was, wearing a white coat,
Yeah.
talking to people. You have problems with orgasms? Oh, wow. Never had it. It's just,
Yeah.
sometimes you feel like stew on another level.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing changed in my life.
Mm.
I wasn't, gifted something, or I wasn't bleeding or anything this way, because again, everything felt perfect.
Yeah.
Our bodies fit together, and again, the person knew what they were doing.
Mm.
So yeah, that's why I call it perfectly.
Yeah.
No trauma after, no emotions, no breakdowns, no harsh talks. Just yeah, thank you. That was
Yeah.
nice.
No, indeed. Sounds like a nice memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when I talk to other people, my clients, the stories that I hear are really alarming and scary for
Mm-hmm.
some. So I'm just, yeah, I had the perfect first time.
Now, can we talk about why we say that women lose virginity?
That's the the topic for another hours. But let's put it shortly. Uh, I felt that I haven't lost anything,
Yeah.
not even time. That I felt that I gained new experience, and that's why I call my first time healthy
Mm.
and perfect, because that sets the mood for my next sexual investigations and how I felt during the process with other people, my other partners as well. But for many women, uh, I think in majority of languages, we have the term lose virginity.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually, I know, losing a key or something like that, key that unlocks the lock. And it sounds innocent,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it's like deeply rooted in the system and in the mind of other people that we need to lose something, get the precious flower,
Mm-hmm.
or open the gates of heaven, whatever, if we told it in a poetic way. But that has lots of reasons behind that. First of all, women were treated like a valuable thing, and it's a form of the male control,
Mm.
like 100%. So it's like the term lose implies the loss of value.
Yeah.
You were valuable as a virgin, and now you're not.
Yeah.
If you're not a virgin, you're not gonna get married successfully. If you're not virgin, oh, you're that type of woman. And if you lost something, that was a big deal.
Mm.
Culturally and religiously, we face that women were told to be pure, to be mindful, and not to give away the precious gift. And always it was followed with, again, showing off that she actually lost it after the first night, the embarrassing process that still happens around, the sheets with the blood drops. That shouldn't be happening.
Mm-hmm.
And if the woman is not having it, she can't confirm that she's a virgin,
Yeah.
other than with blood. While even doctors cannot tell that the woman is virgin because lots of things impacts the physiological or physical virginity. If the girl been doing horse riding, gymnastics, or been born without the hymen, or with the hymen not that big enough to form the crown, then she consider being virgin or not.
Mm.
If this thing is simply not exist of being too thin
Mm-hmm.
by the time that she got her first time. So do we actually lose something that should be like, broken? Or in the mind of other people and men specifically, they've been told that you need to get into physically, need to ruin it. So when it's not happening, they think, oh, you're not a virgin because I did not felt resistance. And that implies that they should more pressure and it's actually close to raping
Yeah.
already. So like that's a physical pain
Yeah.
that happens because they were taught that we need to break into a fortress and get her virginity like you were a knight on the shiny armor
Yeah.
horse.
It's
It's not
so
like
fucked
that.
up when you put it like that.
Yes, and that's been told to us thanks to religion, again, thanks to
Mm.
culture, thanks to literature at some point. And women all like with the experiences that have been passed. Oh, remember Bridgerton?
Yeah.
The first season. Somebody haven't watched it, like I highly recommend it. But the first season when Mother of Daphne is like too late to even have this talk.
Mm.
And she's been so lost when it happened. She didn't know how the kids have been,
Yeah.
right? Being conceived or how the process happening. So it might felt a little bit wrong because it's actually especially like heterosexual sex when penis went into vagina and everything like that. It's a physical thing, so it might be interrupted, but it shouldn't be painful.
Mm.
And if it's painful, one, it's the physiological think about the very specific woman. Second, she's not relaxed enough. She's not ready. Her lubricant is not being formed. Third, her body is resisting it, like self-consciously.
Yeah.
But when it happens again, and the man press lots of pressure in it, yeah, there will be blood because that would be physical interruption,
Yeah.
basically. But generally speaking, a doctor cannot tell, and your partner cannot tell if you're a virgin or not, unless you tell them,
Mm.
and it's again your choice to tell them. So, when we again going back into the losing something,
Mm.
it's again loss of value because usually it's being taken physically from us, like stealing something that we own. Well, we don't lose anything. We actually get new experience. So can we tell that like women who prefer women in the lesbian sex, do they lose virginity?
Yeah, see, that's a interesting concept, right? Because when we say losing virginity, we always think about penis in vagina.
Yes. And that could be like various forms of sex.
Mm.
Actually, do men lose? No, we don't hear this phrase towards men.
Yeah, if men have sex for the first time, it's something to get high five for.
Yeah, they've been getting late. They got a new experience. Again, historically, if the young man following his dad to a bordel, that was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like going to a woman on the street was fine. But if you need to marry the lady of the highway, she's supposed to be virgin. But you had experience from somewhere else because that's your physical need.
Mm.
Again, same with like male masturbation and male virginity. We hear about it in the movies and the like jokes
Yeah.
in the pop culture. But when it comes to women, the only thing is just purity. And again, for generations, and then these trends that been in the past century with purity rings, Disney that had this trend of the Disney stars wearing like Jonas Brothers
Mm.
wearing the rings of virginity, and when they were taking it off, that was the big thing. Yeah, and showing that it's your value
Yeah.
and you're giving it away.
Yeah.
But we like put too much input to the thing that We actually don't lose. We gain new experience.
Yeah, exactly. Can we like
Rephrase and
rephrase it
embrace.
into, so this is a gaining experience. What is some phrase we could use instead of losing?
Sexologists are now prefer to say sexual debut.
Oh, I like that. Sexual debut.
So the point
Mm.
of consent, of celebration,
Yeah.
and no like double standards, just
Yeah.
sexual debut. And I prefer to use this term as well when I now talk to clients.
Yeah.
It's not like that you haven't lost anything.
Mm.
You gained new experience. That was your debut in a new activity.
Yeah.
Same as walking, talking, testing new food, getting drunk for the first time. It's debut of any kind. Same with sex. So if we put it this way, it sounds more empowering,
Yeah.
nicer, and also it makes us curious.
Yeah.
Because debut is something, linguistically connected to big.
Yeah, it also makes me feel like it's okay to not to be good from the beginning because it's just a debut, you know. It's your first time and it's okay if it's bad.
And it's okay if it's great, and it's
Yeah.
okay if it happened like in this situation, and it's okay if it happened with another person just
Yeah.
on the debut. Like if you're cooking pancakes for the first time, well, it's gonna turn great.
Exactly. This is just our first pancake.
It's gonna fucked up.
Yeah.
Same with like cooking eggs.
Mm.
I've been bad at cooking pancakes all the time.
Mm.
So, but I cook anything else greatly. But your first time doing something, you're not perfect, and it's fun because you did it just for the first time. And the whole idea of virginity itself is a social construct,
Mm-hmm.
not biological. Nothing in our bodies change that dramatically.
Mm.
Again, human, but no, the woman, when we grow up as women, it gets thinner and thinner.
Mm-hmm.
It's and kind of is like it slowly goes away. If it's not, then it requires medical procedures, but it's another topic.
Yeah.
Anything else? Well, the hormones being released maybe more actively because we have a new activity and that happens during sex. Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're not having the horns or the tail or anything that removes from our body
Yeah.
that dramatically. So, and for men, do they have anything, any changes? At least in the female body, there could be. But for them, no differences.
No.
So, do they actually lose virginity or not? That's a good question.
Mm. Okay, so from now on, for those of you who's listening to this, we don't say we lose virginity anymore. We're gonna start saying it's a sexual debut. I like that.
That's how we are reclaiming the narrative.
Mm.
That's like we're talking finally about pleasure, about choice instead of shame and silence.
Mm-hmm.
Is talking openly that you had a bad first time.
Mm-hmm.
It's shameful.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to your friends when I had this, I had that early with chat and bread and whatever, and you had an awful experience, or maybe you've been crying, it was painful. You don't want to embrace it, and it's also okay to admit that my first time went like that.
Yeah.
But it's not defining me as the person. It's not that before I was that and now I'm this. No, I just got something new.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sadly, it wasn't great. Or maybe it was the biggest thing that I had in my life. And also, most likely, you will never have an orgasm as a woman during first time because you're too concentrated. How I'm looking, doing it great. That you can't relax unless you have a truly perfect partner with you that you trust and you could switch off all this overthinking. But it's super hard even in the long committed relationship when you experienced enough because so many things influence female orgasm. But we were told that you should have it,
Yeah.
and if you're not having it, you are a bad woman,
Mm-hmm.
a bad partner, you're not satisfying him.
Mm-hmm.
And girls try to imitate it, and that sets another ground for further fucked up situation happening with the sexual interaction. Yeah, sexual debut
Sexual debut.
as it is. as it should be. Should be
Mm-hmm.
celebrated.
Yeah, that's true. We need to gain our power back.
And the sense of control, because
Mm.
again, virginity is the social construct created by men of power in order to keep women under control.
Mm.
Everything that been done about female sexuality that usually came from church and
Yeah.
uh, in different countries and different religions, because for example in pagan cultures being a virgin was not required.
Mm.
It's even was great that you had some experience, but in Islam, in Christianity, even in some form of Buddhism, questionable.
Yeah.
In Hinduism also, you don't have to be a virgin. Shiva and Shakti process creating the universe. That's amazing concept. How, depending on the religious, how your views are being changed.
Mm-hmm.
But in the countries that have been influenced by Islam and Christianity, those concepts are a little bit fucked up the way how women should be. But yeah, it's basically like the biggest myth
Mm.
that we lose in virginity. And the whole thing around it sets so much trauma
Yeah.
for women that it brings me chills and makes me feel like super sad for all the women who experience that. That shouldn't be happening that way.
Mm.
Absolutely. In the perfect world, of course, we should have a like first time as something that we could cherish.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I would say 85%
Yeah.
had the horrible first time.
Yeah. Mine was not so great also. So if your first time was not so great, you're not the only one.
And it was like we need to give support as women to women.
Yeah.
Otherwise, without that, we can't stand against the social norms that have been happening for centuries, for 1,000 years. We were told that it should be this, this, and this.
Mm.
Again, when people from church and power, they wanted to control something, they always start from sex. It always, because that's the basic need for majority of people,
Mm.
and it's the easiest tool how to control
Yeah.
who's with whom and how it should be regulated.
Yeah.
Even the positions were dictated sexual positions were dictated from the church. What pleasure could we talk about when we're not even controlling the process,
Mm.
how our bodies get together in the most intimate way? And everything that is happening also right now, there's like the world of double standards for sexuality. You need to be sure that you're the one who making this decision, not that you're being pressed or you've been led into sexual practice that you actually don't like. But it will help you to avoid the actual losing of virginity, because losing of virginity is only vaginal sex,
Mm.
only penis to vagina. In some countries, they use anal sex, and it's like, oh, that's not
Yeah.
that's not
Like
being
that's our fault. That's not.
blowjobs are not counted as
Mm.
losing virginity, but it's
All the
also
foreplay not counted.
yeah, as long as you don't put anything inside, nothing is it. Eyes closed.
Mm.
So again, social construct, not physical, not anything like that. Am I a virgin if I never had sex with man?
Yeah, so is a lesbian always a virgin?
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
gay man?
Do
Do
gay-
they consider it? Because that's another thing. Or any of the people who experience like the double way or
Yeah.
anything. That's a good thing to think. Why are we following this narration?
Mm.
And can we change it just by replacing the terms?
Okay, Stacy, thank you so much for joining me today for the special first episode. And to finish this episode, I want to ask you, what tea do you want to spill to your younger self?
A tea that I could actually share publicly. Um,
We will censor it if we have to.
mm, well, I would tell her that you might have bad sex, and it's not defining you
Mm.
as a person or you as the like partner or anything like that. It's just shit happens, and be prepared for that because Sometimes when you will think that you'll have magical sex, turn out that you might have greater.
Yeah. Okay, so from now on, guys, we're gonna start saying sexual debut, not losing virginity. Okay? If you like it, please follow and subscribe. Thank you for joining me today for Tea and Catch with Alisa.